Hi, welcome. This is Richard Lipinski from My Next Car Buying Advocacy. This is my first personal face-to-face interview. I'm now driving the brand new BMW X3. This has been the optioned one. This is the S 2-litre M Sport. So what's different about that? Well, it basically has much more features like the 20-inch wheels, the M Sport wheel, steering wheel, the leather seats, beautifully bolstered, electric memory. Also, this one's been optioned with a digital dash. So I'm very familiar with the old X3, and we've got one in our family, and it's a good drive. However, this is a step up. It's all new chassis, basically built from the ground up. It's lighter, it's stronger. So how do you find that in the driving experience? It's much more refined. Obviously with the M Sport wheel, it really feels hugged and really good. The engine's different also in the sense that it's got a bit more torque and it's more refined. The soundproofing in this car is very good. So previously there was 135 kilowatts and 270 newton meters of torque. Now we have 135, but we've got 290 coming in a bit earlier. So with the very good and probably one of the best automatic gearboxes, the ZF 8-speed gearbox which BMWs have, it means there's never a flat spot. The car is very smooth and refined, and with a flat torque curve it goes. So it's low 8 seconds, so that's more than enough power for every family. Looking outside of it, how does it look different? Well, it looks sharper. The design is much more angular, you could say a bit more muscular than the previous model, and so especially with the matching 20-inch wheels, it looks really good. This particular one I'm driving is a very dark blue, could almost look black, so it all looks very nice. You can get these with the full moon roofs. This one hasn't got it. So when I'm inside, I'm feeling really comfortable in these seats. They're beautifully bolstered. Standard's cloth, but like with most of these cars, rarely come standard. The prices go up because they'll option things up for the customer, so normally there'll be a leather option package. So with this one, how's the ride? Well, very comfortable, very composed, very quiet. So I've got it in sport, so if I actually floor it and take off, even with that engine willing to take off straight away, it was very smooth and refined. Very interesting to drive because the vision's very good, and so you feel very relaxed. It's got a very good stereo. I'm not sure whether this is the basic one, but it's certainly a huge improvement on the others. If you hear it, there's a real quality and depth and spatial feel to it, which some of the older ones didn't have. So I'm impressed if this is the standard one. What's different about the inside? Well, BMW was lagging behind in relation to interiors with Audi, the Q5. Audi's obviously one of the class leaders for interiors, and certainly Mercedes stepped up with the last model. So it's the natural competition here is the Audi Q5 and the Mercedes GLC. And now the interior here, yes, there's the familiarity about the BMW, but it's stepped up. You can get the full digital dash. It still has that analog feel, but it's fully digital. You can change it. It's got the sat nav. It's got a huge screen, and usually you can superimpose the sat nav onto the screen. So it's really stepped up. It's retained its BMW feel. This is a little bit different to the new BMW 3 Series, which just won car sales, I think Motor Car of the Year, and that dash has gone digital. It's very much a transformation, so that'll probably come in the next range, but still this is a very good and a big step up from the previous model, which there was just not an option here. So outside it looks different in terms of more muscular. Inside it's a very nice place to be in. Vision's very good. You really notice the refinement. The handling, it feels better, it feels tighter, it feels really like a tight fitting glove. It's smooth and refined, and cars behind me, but like I said, when I press it, it's responsive straight away, and you can hear the engine, but it's sort of suppressed, so you know it's working, but it's got a nice little note. So impressions are, it's definitely a step up, and if you're looking at this sort of category, prestige, medium-sized SUV, this is it. And you may think, oh, X3, that's too small. Well, like a lot of cars, this has grown over the generations that's been released. And now this size of this car is equivalent to the original X5. So that was considered a big car. So that's how much the dimensions have grown. What about safety? Well, in the model I had, you couldn't get it autonomous emergency braking. This one, autonomous emergency braking comes standard, blind spot monitoring, and also a lane departure warning and assist as a basic suite. Standard, that has it. So that's really, really good. You've got all your Bluetooth streaming, Apple CarPlay is an option now. This is now included. I don't think you have to pay for it anymore. We're certainly going to stop that. So infotainment, it's good. I'm used to the iDrive, so there's the familiarity about it. I like the gearbox. If you up spec, you'd get paddles. It hasn't got paddles on this. Obviously, as you go up, you can option up to your heart's content. So this is a bit more of a detailed review that I would normally do, but I've got the chance here to actually speak to you and have my thoughts as I actually drive the car. I hope to in the future to do more of these. The video is not perfect, but I thought it's more important to provide my potential clients or people just information about how I feel. I love driving, passionate about driving. My next car buying advocacy is all about getting the right car, which means helping the client choose through a proper needs analysis what the right car is, recommending them, and then finding the exact one that perfectly suits the needs of the client. I can also help people that know what car they want but want all the work done for them. So it's really a one-stop shop for the client. So by me test driving cars, apart from reading everything and having 30 or 40 years of magazines and experience, I get the chance to test drive these cars and then translate that from the theory, and sometimes there's a surprise. You pick up things that you don't find when you read. So I love driving cars. I love testing them, comparing them, seeing the good in them, and then fitting it and be able to recommend the right one for the clients. So hopefully a few more of these more detailed ones in the future when I get a chance, and hope you enjoyed this first visual interview. Well, I suppose not so much interview as in my little discussion about what I think about the X3. See you next time.